Welcome to D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. Join us in our campaign and shenanigans as we explore the subterranean labyrinths, plunder hordes of treasure, battle legendary monsters. This podcast will be following our gaming group and the adventures of these characters, as well as a few guests from time to time. Join us as we start a new campaign and our journey to experience the best, and maybe the worst, in the 5th edition of Dungeons & Dragons.
Hi, this is Kelly, aka Trixie from Ragnarok and Roll, assigned to Ragnarok Story, and Tilda Wimblewick from D&D Journey of the 5th Edition. First off, I would just like to say thank you to everyone for listening to our varied adventures, as well as for rating us on iTunes and RPGpodcast.com. If you haven't rated us yet, we would greatly appreciate it if you could. And if you're looking for more ways to support our efforts, we are now on Patreon, a great site where you can help us continue making more podcasts, as well as some special surprises for our patrons. If you can, please look us up at www.patreon.com/cppn. Every little bit helps. And again, thank you for listening.
Welcome back to Goblins of Conquest.
Are you bloody at least?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, at least give it that much.
Oh yeah, pretty bloody.
As cleric, it's your turn.
Cleric has a quick question.
Remember, you do have the bonus attack with the axe.
You do.
You do. You could even move it here to get combat advantage, if you want it. If you want it.
Wouldn't be too bad, yeah. I'm not getting anywhere near it because I'm like really weak at that point.
You're down to 3 hit points. And you just saw him get pile drived with like 20 branches at once. Which means it doesn't have any branches left.
So...
That's what
He picks up his burning branches and throws them at you. Piles them all up underneath it. You're back on fire.
Can I cast a spell and use a spiritual weapon?
Yeah, the spiritual weapon's a bonus action.
Okay. So then I am going to do the chill touch.
Ooh, going for the old chill
Correct.
touch. Okay. Chill touch.
Alright.
Yep.
So my 19.
Yeah, that'll definitely hit. It's your chill, the hand from your chill touch just gliding silently through the air to behind the tree.
Oh, come on.
What'd you get?
One.
And it just kind of like disappears into the ash of the back of the tree. So there's this frost handprint on the ash of the burnt part of the back.
Yeah, kind of a lamp hand. Didn't have much power behind it.
I'm looking at it going, what?
But then you can summon up all your anger and rage, and in the name of your god, swing that axe. Do you say anything as you swing that weapon with your spiritual might?
She does something truly epic.
Of course.
I translate it.
I'm still...
Hmm.
Yeah. So...
It's got +4, I believe.
Yeah, so then 11. So it doesn't hit.
And your axe swings, and you know what it was? Is they were swinging on all those branches that went on the paladin. And it's just because he moves so violently, so massively, it actually is just shocking you that this tree, this stupid piece of nature, can be so deadly. Now that it finally connected with him.
And then I said, well, up yours next time.
Okay, so wizard, you have your flame wreath weapon.
Yeah.
You just saw the paladin get covered with like 20 branches at once. He's in the middle of a lumberyard accident.
I have to move here to get.
Actually, you can't. That's a wall. You have to climb up. seems to be.
If
you want to do
Or
that,
more.
like a forest fire.
Yeah.
You
can
get
do
flanked
that.
because it's 3 by 3.
It would have to be right there if you get flanked. Because that has to be opposite. So if it was here,
not just simply
or
through?
if it was here. Yeah, it has to be opposite, complete opposites.
Okay.
What if he steps on the, if he climbs the rock?
Well, then you'd have to climb the rock. It would require an actual actionable
Right.
climb the rock because it's all nasty.
So that's a 14 to hit,
That'll hit.
and the green flame is unnecessary because it would only just go to its companion. Its companion is dead,
You
so.
always hit the paladin. Perfect time to take him out.
Right? Could only give him 2 points. I know he still has 3. At least that's what I hear. So that's 11 points of damage.
and so and that's blunt damage.
This is force damage.
Force damage. As you bring the weapon down, the wood starts to separate as your weapon gets close. It's almost like this tree is just pure ash at this point, and you literally, with your weapon, just bisect the tree, and it just its mouth slowly stiffens, and the wind disappears from the branches.
I'd like to think that as I connect, I'm kind of looking over at him,
With your
and I'm
little
just kind of
tiny-
grinning.
little tiny hex weapons.
Just because I'm messing with the hobgoblin because I got the kill.
And it just
I really
this
wanted to
huge
come in and get the kill.
crashing sound as it comes
That would
down.
have been awesome.
As sadly you see it fall down against the door, blocking your path further.
No. Oh, man.
It's a good thing I killed it.
In the wrong direction.
Okay, so basically combat is over. You guys are looking at what just happened here, the fact that the trees have animated and tried to kill you all. But now there's one of the half-broken bits of the tree leaning against the doorway, like its last defiant act was to throw itself in the way.
This place sucks.
Duty to protect the place from the goblin kind.
Why did we come here again? I mean, really? Is it really worth it?
I would
You're
tell
still
the
betting
goblins
because
to
your
move
god's
it. I
not the
don't
one on the
think
top of the little mosaic
Yeah.
currency.
I tell the goblins to move it, but I don't think they can.
Did you tell the
I
goblins
can
to move it?
set it on fire some more.
You could
If
do
you
that.
guys would lend me some fire.
I'll give you
I
a
got 2
torch.
short swords. I just feel like
There's
this
that
on.
torch that's still burning on the ground. And you
Right.
just went.
I think we'll have to move it.
Well, we
1, 2, 3,
can,
not it.
Right.
that's actually a good idea. We can light it on fire, let it burn down.
Take a
and
long rest.
Take a long rest.
A long rest.
The
Yeah.
best campfire ever for a long rest.
The bodies of our enemies.
Hey, we use what
Do you wanna
is
waste
at
it now, or you-
hand,
Oh,
you
dude,
know?
Well,
I've got to take a long
We
rest.
use what
Are you
is,
able to complete
you know,
the long
within
rest?
reach
Question.
in that hand.
I've got 4 hit points.
No, but will nature allow you to complete that short rest, that long rest?
We're just running a homebrew that you playing goblins.
Playing Evil Goblins.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the point is, it a waste to use it for when I have 4 hit points left.
Okay. So you're going to lay on hands and get yourself, what, 15 points back, something like that?
Yep.
I think it's 5 times 11, something like that.
Well, since,
Okay, so you guys are basically paladins laying on hands and stepping over the large chunks of tree. So you're basically going to burn the tree?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
And
non
then, yeah,
I'll, I'll
there's
just
like,
take a nap, guys.
well, yeah,
Right.
I'm under like nature check.
before we take a long rest, I'm gonna do a prayer of healing,
Okay.
so everybody gets some hit points back.
Oh.
You guys look
Oh,
terrible.
good.
So let's see.
I think it's amazing. This
Next-
time I didn't get
Next giant tree.
slapped around.
Next giant tree, you go out first.
I think I scraped
don't like
my
that idea.
toe.
Everybody gets 14 points back.
Oh, hit points. As you're like, I'm a shamalama ding dang, and everybody feels the evil, dark cleric energy filling your black-blooded green
I felt-
evilness.
I felt energized and go,
Where's the next treant?
Somebody smack him before I do.
So go ahead and you give me a nature roll.
Yeah.
And you give me an arcana roll.
17.
No problem.
So you're like treant, yeah, and you're like immediately like these were not treants. These acted more, like automatons than treants. Treants sort of communicated or had more abilities. You believe these are animated trees.
Which would make sense with that whole.
Which would have required like powerful druids or wizards to create long ago. Especially when you're looking at the chopped parts and you're like, there's many rings. Thinking that these trees are probably at least 2,000 years old.
Were.
Oh, they still are.
No, were.
That's
They're
their
dead
throwing
now.
rocks.
They're dead now.
They were 2,000 years
Is
old.
that one on?
So I see him looking at it, and I'm like, what does it look like to you?
Looks like a dead tree. My 10. I'm sure it's looking like a dead tree.
You're like,
Kindling.
maybe it's one of
There you
those
go.
little bitey bushes that we have back at the base. Maybe that's what they look like when they grow.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
So I kind of impart the knowledge of because I'm smart enough and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I take the moment to share that it was actually a tree and was imbued with the spirit of protection, like an animated guardian. And I go over his head and I start describing what it is.
Techno ballad. Arcana style.
Because
He's not very good at his job anymore, is he?
no. But it was a pretty good tree, I guess.
I mean, makes great firewood.
Oh, yeah.
But if that's his job, he's doing it great.
Until we came along, it was doing great at being a tree.
Yeah.
I mean, until you guys came along.
Okay, so between
Moral support.
somebody give me a strength roll for the hole. I'm assuming you want to pull it away from the door so you can look at the door during your long rest.
No, it needs to burn down to ash, and then we can
Just scoop it away.
Scoop it
Okay,
away.
so you guys
I'm just
basically
going to move it out.
okay.
So that's 17.
Oh yeah, Bugbear's just like after giving this techno-babble talk, his arms are now bulging, and he's pulling the tree away on fire. As pulls it just far enough so we can safely walk around the flames to get to the door.
That's why, I get an extra 10%. I mean 20%.
Because you're the brains and the brawn.
Right.
Okay, so cleric and paladin, both of you give me a religion roll.
12.
You are the spiritual leader, at least. So you're looking at this door, and you sense that there's some kind of trick to unlocking the door. There's some kind of religious doctrine going on the door's mosaic that seems to be out of order, but you're just not placing your thumb on it.
I've seen this episode of Stargate.
Probably because you look up and again see that your God is not the chosen protector God of this temple, and that has got your universe totally out of whack.
Yeah.
Okay?
Totally, completely.
So you guys are spending a few hours over the burning, animated tree, looking at the gate.
right.
It's just not right. So I will give you that one of you two, because obviously there's that religious doctrine there between you guys, that you can do the help action for her, because I'm betting she's probably got better wisdom for that skill. To give her advantage on the roll is the last of the animated tree is burning out, and you all have completed your long rest and gotten back your hit points that you didn't lose, as I'm looking at the goblins.
Yeah,
Well,
he
he lost most of his life
Yeah.
too.
Oh, yeah.
that was very unwise.
You guys got that was alright.
You know what?
That was alright.
Not if I eat them.
My final act before I die is to chew on you.
I will bite at your artery.
Everybody's down. Bugbear Celestial.
So are you going to give her the help?
Yep.
Okay, well, you can just assist.
Okay.
It's the help action, so you have advantage on your next religion roll.
Okay.
As you've been sitting there, you whipped out your little book of prayers, which is basically like this torture manual. And you're looking at this mosaic, and you're like, something is wrong with these goblin heads, and they seem to be out of order.
You know what the problem is? My god is not on the top there.
And well, that's the problem. Is you keep looking up, and it pisses you off that the gods are not in their proper order.
No. So maybe that's the problem. But they're not in their proper order.
Uh-huh.
So 14.
14. You're looking at it, and you're still thinking,
Is it religion?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you train them, I think if you have +2 from that, so you get 60.
So how come you...
No, religion is in.
Oh, is it in?
yeah, it's not wisdom.
You're right. Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
And just something's not clicking in your head right.
Just did
It coid be that the goblin religion is changed over thousands of years.
No.
Couldn't.
No.
Couldn't be that the religious dogma hasn't altered in 2,000 years.
No.
No, we all know that doesn't happen.
No. I'm very adamant about the fact that no.
Now, you do have your hobgoblin saving face, I'm just saying.
That's true.
Could give you a +4.
Okay.
You use your saving face. Okay, so all you needed was a +1 to 15, which is a magic number. But you're looking at this and you're like, you have this moment where you're looking at it and they're all watching you. And you like look over your shoulder like, I wonder if they notice I don't know what I'm doing here. And then all of a sudden you immediately realize, aha! Goblins must always be weary of being betrayed from their own, the strong to survive. This is what it's all about. And immediately you start clicking these little tiles and mosaics. And you're realizing that the order of the gods doesn't match the heaven and hell landscapes that are in the mosaic, and you start sliding them and locking them into place. Mainly because you're getting looked at and you're like, oh shit, I better do something right or I'll be sacrificed so they get a better cleric next time. And all of a sudden, you click the last two in place and it turns your stomach because it has your heavenly host as the second in line in heaven. Realizing that pure brute force does not trump smart tactics. And you're getting this feeling. Because remember, you worship the goblin god. Like you worship the hobgoblin warrior god. This temple is dedicated to the hobgoblins. And that's why you're realizing as you walk them in place and they click, that this was hobgoblin made, not goblin made.
I shouldn't even know that. I could have told her.
And yet somehow you didn't know it.
Actually, that's how he helped you just now. Remember, he's giving you the rhetoric that this is hobgoblin architecture. Remember when he helped you get advantage on that roll? That's what he threw out was his little, little hobgoblin, pro-hobgoblin, anti-goblinoid
And I'm like,
propaganda.
no, that can't be right. Oh my god, that's right.
As all of a sudden the gate clicks into place, and the portal slowly starts dropping down into the ground. You see it like pouring mud and dirt and roots down with it. And it opens with a groan, if not a grunting growl like we just heard. As it starts to slide open. And this is when I'll grab the grid map over.
Okay,
And I'll say, yes.
during this whole time we got the long rest, so
You've gotten a long
spells
rest,
back.
you've gotten your spells back, you can spend your hit dice, which I don't think many folks have to after you did that amazing roll.
That was pretty good, huh?
That was a great heal.
Don't expect that every time, guys.
It's just because you're trying to save your race.
He's a bar.
You're like, okay, I can't pooch this one. If I pooch this one, they'll get a new healer from amongst the goblins.
Can't have that happen. Nope. Amongst the goblins, they're not smart enough. I mean, what?
Ooh, Misa chief of church.
Pretty much, Jar Jar Binks.
I'll go with a mix between Chaka and Jar Jar Binks.
Who's pins?
So There's
Sorry,
an
what did you say?
episode of Stargate
Mm-hmm. There's quite a few.
where yes, they're in a pyramid, or they're trying to open a pyramid.
There's quite a few of those too.
No, there's one episode where they try to open a pyramid. The rest of them are already open.
Oh, okay.
I may watch Stargate too much.
I haven't watched it in a long
Perish
time.
the thought. That's wrong.
You know what sucks is I'm missing season 7, 8, and if there's anything over 9. So I watch 1 through 6 and then 9, like over and over again. It's terrible. Anyway, the creation myth that was depicted on the pyramid was out of order, and that's how they had to open the pyramid. So useless Stargate knowledge.
It's not useless. It saved someone's life.
Actually, in that episode, more people died than made it back.
Of course, I was actually just talking to the wife about Stargate because she hasn't seen a lot of it. We were watching MacGyver on Heroes Nikon's channel. And we're looking, it's supposed to be in like Nicaragua, type of South American dictator country. But it's totally Canadian mountains and tundra. But it's supposedly Central America as you're seeing the rain and mist and coldness of the water, the land in the water. And they're like, it's so hot. And then you see breath when they're talking. This must be like in Panama, up in those high altitude parts where, all of a sudden they realize, oh, it's so high in altitude, it's cold. And 100 degree, 100% humidity.
Right.
They're just blowing the humidity. That's what it is.
But all the actors who went from MacGyver to Stargate.
Oh, did they? I mean, I know Richard Dean Anderson, obviously.
Mm-hmm. And also, remember the general? Heavyset
Donis Davis.
Mm-hmm. That used to be his boss of the Phoenix Foundation. Because, like I was joking with Kelly, I said, what are the odds of how many of them bought houses in Canada when MacGyver was on the air? Because he was on the air for like 8 years. So when they filmed Stargate up in Canada, you have all the folks already right there, probably have their houses up there, because it's not like you sell a house and you get a house. You're smart. To the whole, we'll do the show. Of course, the DeLuise boys as the directors of the series. That's something that I think really helped Stargate hit, was the fact you had 2 directors and executive producers who loved the show. And you got their dad in the episode. Don DeLuise one.
Oh, I don't
Yeah,
know.
I remember
That one, I was trying to think of the name of the episode.
Oh, I don't even bother trying to remember the name.
No, I was just trying to prove to myself how much I remember. You're missing out.
And if nothing else, try to catch the movies on Netflix. I know.
I've got a copy of the original movie, so.
Because they added, like 2 or 3 more movies after they picked up the guy from Farscape?
Yeah,
They made some really bad movies.
I'm not sure that I've seen all the movies.
When they went the whole angle of Ascension and Bad Ascension, because did you see the series in like the last season? Where they basically...
Actually, around the... So, before they did their offshoot...
The Atlantis?
Yeah, which I was highly disappointed in. But, everybody's like, oh, give it a bit more chance. I'm like, oh, but it wasn't the same. Anyways,
yeah, we did get Jason Momoa.
yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch that.
I think that was his best acting in anything, was playing Ronan.
Ronan Dex.
I don't know, I thought he was good in Aquaman.
I seem to remember him acting in that. He was shirtless a lot.
He would just be shirtless and growl. That was his character.
No, he really did do a good job as Ronan. But,
Because his haircut is hard.
yes, he did. I liked Atlantis in some things, but not in others. Like the Wraith is a cool concept. The leader of the main Atlantis team.
Oh yeah.
He seemed to me like his actor was trying to be Richard Dean Anderson's character. from SG1.
He was trying too
He
hard.
was trying too hard, and it was terrible, and he didn't have that kind of presence.
That's why they brought Ronan in that deck. Because they're like, yeah, he's not the alpha male leader. He's trying to be the perfect soldier boy.
I didn't like him, but I liked Ronan was a great character, and McKay, the scientist that came from SG1,
He was funny as hell.
he really got so much better in Atlantis than he was in SG1.
Because, of course, well, remember, in SG1 he was a dick.
Yes,
You
he was.
hated it every time you saw him.
And-
In Atlantis, he started becoming this really quirky
Lovable
guy
guy.
who tries to be social,
Yeah.
but has no
I mean,
social.
Has no social skills.
He does it, like, in SG1, he tells Samantha Carter, he tells her, it sucks, I really have a thing for dumb blondes. And she's like the smartest person on the...
Give her 5 minutes in the lab and she'll solve your problem. She was the MacGyver, you know.
And in the opening episode, they actually use the line, like, it took us 4 years of a supercomputer to MacGyver something together. Like, not making the gate run.
Well, yeah, like I think it's like in the first episode, like when they're like trying to figure out something like Richard Dean is, you know, he's like, it's like, can we like figure something out like that?
Well, yeah.
they actually do like he kind of like covers his mouth and muffles from MacGyver.
I'm watching Umbrella Academy right now.
I just watched the first
I've got to
episode
start
of that
I
one.
It's very good. I'm on episode 7.
It's still on my list.
I started it, yesterday?
Burn through it. It's one of those that I don't want to listen to it. I want to actually watch it.
Yeah.
Something tells me it's lots of eye candy.
It is a lot. It's a lot of visual. You have to watch it.
I finished The Expanse. Third season. Was it third season? I thought that was the fourth season.
They're supposed to be, but it got canceled by Sci-Fi. It's coming on Amazon Prime the new season, so I'm hopeful. Because I really like The Expanse.
Yeah.
And have you read the books? Oh, it's
Oh,
20 novels worth in the whole series. So there's like
commitment.
60 years of storyline of we found the gate and we found the gate of gates that basically leads to the infinite universes. So there's now a new expanse that happens because all of a sudden our solar system went from solar system to it's our solar system, and inside this you saw the final one, the sphere with the spheres inside the sphere. When they go
That was
inside
the end of the third season, right?
each one of those little circles you saw in there, that was another gate to another solar system.
Oh my.
So basically, there's an infinite solar systems now available for resources. So you have the Mars faction, the Earth faction, the Belter faction that now actually they can go wherever the fuck they want, do their thing. But part of the storyline is there's ancient cultures, henceforth the one that built this. But there's also cultures of annihilation. So sort of like you can tell the folks who wrote the story for Halo read his books 10 years ago. Because, you know, the ring in Halo, they kind of reverse engineered the idea that instead of teleportation, it's annihilation. Well, the whole point of there's a evil species and a good species, and both are gone. But you never know in the books if some stupid human might run into something and unlock something or figure some technology out.
Always a stupid human.
Or the stupid humans having socio-economic wars in galaxies because now everybody's doing colonialism and wanting to plant their flag on planets. Who's to say you can legally do that or not?
Yeah.
I just couldn't get into it.
And the
really-
fact the uber cool Martian tech.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
It was a little
that was
slow.
on us the other day.
Oh, the first season was ridiculously
There was, like,
slow, but the first and
almost
second
like-
season were
almost the whole
one
bus was
book.
filled,
They stretched.
And the guy, there were two empty seats next to me, and you know, bus etiquette is you sit away from everyone.
Right.
So he could have sat down, the guy who came on the bus, and he didn't. But we made awkward eye contact, and so I was like, I don't bite strangers.
Then you should say, my name is Jen. I'm your biting victim today. I've had all my shots.
Yeah, that's what you should have said. I've had all my shots. Jim. Over here.
On that side? I'm like, where have they hidden the trash can?
So is Jerome the only one moving, or is his whole family?
Jerome, his roommate, and his two girls.
His roommate is his ex. They just had the same last name, so I thought they were.
So.
I guess I should be maybe.
No, you're fine. Carradine is Johnson, I think, and Jerome is Anderson. And Laura is his wife. They're getting divorced right now, and he's moving in March. He just bought a house in Arkansas, and
A lot of people are moving to like Arkansas. I know.
it's a terrible place to live. I don't really know that. It's just far away from here.
No,
and I'm not
just
going.
I had somebody from work just up and moved to Arkansas.
But yeah, and then the girls are going to finish out school here, and then move up to Arkansas with Carradine in the summer.
Gotcha. You think this handy's so nice?
Yeah.
Those are pretty.
Oh wait, surprise, surprise, it hasn't warmed up outside.
Still a little chilly. A little chillier.
Yeah.
Fancy blues.
Hence the wool coat.
Jim
I was
asked
limiting
why I was
the-
wearing a
the car.
jacket because I was covered in rain and I suppose my skin was probably cold and such. And I was like, because I live in Tucson.
Yeah.
I don't have a jacket.
I've got a hooded windbreaker, and then I've got this for my cold weather kind of stuff. Like I don't have a hooded cold weather.
I have a flannel,
No, I
like a t-shirt.
It's not helping you much there.
I usually am in work
It
between
does really good when I
6:30
have
and
it.
7.
I'm going to work, 5
So
o'clock.
when it's 32 degrees outside, it's like
But by
hat
noon,
on, gloves on.
I want an office.
It's like it's freaking cold.
So I leave it too, I forget it.
I'm like, can it warm up yet, please?
My buddy,
Please,
yeah.
please, please.
I
just say-
don't want it to. I was at Jerome's house last night, and it was so warm in there that I couldn't sleep. I had to go sit outside.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
I
You
checked
don't-
the thermostat, and it was at 72.
So the thermostat in my house when I left it was at 71 because it was freaking freezing in there.
71 is normal. 71 is tolerable.
Okay,
In
so
case you guys don't know that, guys.
just to let you know, when you get older, you actually get colder.
Because you're such an old fart.
You feel it in your bones.
You really do, actually. Hey, you know,
I'm waiting for it.
I live with somebody who's having hot flashes. I'm never cold. I'm never hot.
I'm actually waiting for that just so I can warm up.
You say
Something
that
tells
now.
me that's not going to be how it works.
No. Let's put it this way. Remember those nights where we had 30-degree nights? Our window was open.
Oh, that sounds so good.
I'm the one under the window.
Oh,
So,
I will.
I would kill you
Yeah.
because I'm right next to the window.
Every so often I wake up and I can see my breath. It's time to get out of
I
bed.
can't see you guys smile. It's lovely.
No, I'm waiting for it to at least get to 80.
I enjoy it right up until I have to move my knee.
Then all of a sudden,
Yeah, you know what? The humidity is what bothers my knee. The weather, not so much.
Weather changes, humidity, cold.
shadow passing over the sun.
Just moving in general.
Right.
Sleeping really well.
So
not
you
so
guys
well.
made your recovery as she's standing there and she clicks this gate and it's rumbling down. And it's opening and the daylight is, streaming over your shoulders. As all of you guys are getting a little closer to her to see what's happening, is all of a sudden this is rumbling and you're seeing the light.
I hope we're ready for the other day.
Oh, you remind me about that?
Yeah.
What? Remind
Yeah.
me what?
Yeah, that's
the
behind the door.
sense of
Oh, I remember
yeah.
that.
You remember that?
Yeah, because I wanted to find
Is it daytime or nighttime?
It's daytime.
Yeah, it's good night.
It's
Stop
it's
ruining it for me.
nighttime. Just think about it. You guys stopped for 8 hours. It was daytime when that
Yeah.
fight took all like 30 seconds to happen. Oh, you mean not everybody's with her at the gate?
Well, if anything, we were in the pile of bodies.
This is the battle lines over here.
Let's put the goblins in front of the paladin. He likes to study it.
Okay, as the gates are rumbling down, and immediately when you guys look inside,
No, I don't want to wait till that long. I want to find him.
you see this horrible scene of about 20 corpses that are so old they're just bones with some leather and little bits of metal. You do notice, by the way, as soon as the light beams over your shoulders and reflects inside, there's some little glints of maybe gold or silver amongst the bodies and the rusted bits of armor and weapons that seem to be corroded with thousands of years of age. Now remember, you goblins, that's like millions of years.
It's like forever.
Yeah.
It's so ancient, it's made forever ago. Hey, we only live 60 years tops, but you mature by 6.
That's when we get a name.
Yeah. You survived to adulthood. Okay, so you guys see that
First name.
this pitch black tunnel, which of course your dark vision is no problem going there once you switch from color vision to dark vision.
He's just like,
There are so many bodies, it's difficult terrain to walk in here. And just looking from them, it could be elf, it could be hobgoblin bodies, you can't quite tell. But some of the decorations that you can still make out, like the rusted metal that used to be on your armor, has definitive goblin look to it. Then you see some other pieces of vambraces, stuff that look distinctly like they're elven before they rusted to nothingness. And then occasional glints of what could be gold bracelets, or it could be earrings. Could be possibly priceless magical weapon or armor, or who knows what.
Take the time to sit.
Well,
I'm sure it's going to happen.
oh,
It's going to be more than difficult terrain.
Just make sure to pick the goblins up and shake them off when you find out what they found. Okay, get to the goblins and check their poop to see if they swallowed the same.
No, I'm just saying that tech magic. Takes 10 minutes.
You could take 10 minutes to start doing your little Padawan ritual.
Or we could just clear a path.
well,
What do you guys?
I want to climb something. Whether it's the wall or a tree.
You're going to be climbing
Got a
corpses.
bugbear.
They told me there were undead behind that wall.
As you're all just looking, long looks into the dark, ominous tunnel, and you're like, yeah.
I'm going to start with my staff, then I'm going to start dragging them to the left and to the right, so I'm parting in a walk space.
Okay, so you're pushing back past everybody.
Party with that seat.
This body.
You climbed up into the tree. Okay, so you're starting to like just pull like Chiron and stuff, pull some bodies and make a nice little path in there. Okay, so you start to make a little path. You've got pretty much, let's say that much of your 5-foot reach cleared out. You guys doing anything while he's pulling dead bodies out?
I'm readying an arrow.
Yeah. I'm gonna,
Okay, you're paranoidly sitting there with your bow creaking because you got one ready.
Yeah. I'm like trying to
You
figure out.
sense them?
I've got a spell on the tip of my tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, what spell is this?
Burn dead.
Oh,
Because
well,
I
that's
heard
a
that,
channel divinity, so you just
you
look back and
religious
listen and
types
say,
have
Padawada Bing
things you
Bang!
can do.
Yeah, but I've got
when
it.
dead.
I'm not gonna do it right now.
Mhm.
First one I see move though.
Especially since he told you, I distinctly sense undead here.
Correct.
And it's a perception check to see if I can notice any of them like moving around. Right?
So give me a perception check and see what you see.
Oh, 19.
A
Do
19.
any of them seem like a little shifty?
You notice that as he's like pulling bodies, the way the bodies are piled upon each other, they're kind of like pulling each other apart. So there's like this general undulation of the piles when one's being moved out. So you don't quite see anything there. But you do notice that one of the bodies has something like draped over its head that seems to be not nasty, old, and rotted, but just covered in tons of grime and dust. Looks like cloth or possibly some kind of hat.
I'm going to use my short sword and try to flick that cloth.
Okay, so you're reaching in there?
Yeah, I'm reaching in there.
Okay.
I'm kicking his ass.
So you're like jumping into the pile he's making to try to reach it?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a acrobatics as you're trying to do this one-legged...
13.
13? Okay, you reach over and you have no clue what he's doing. He's just like, maybe he's trying to help you in his own special little buddy way. And immediately you reach over and you grab this fabric, and as you start to lift it up, it looks almost like a bed cap hat. Mm-hmm. Or possibly as you're moving it, it's like pulling the cobwebs off and the dust is coming off it. And it seems to be made of bright cobalt blue with some kind of arcane symbols weaved into it.
Also, like,
the cloth, yeah.
It's got like 2 stars and a moon.
Well, arcane symbols. And you're kind of interested in this thing he's pulling out because it's coming out spotless as the dust and the webs are being left behind as he's pulling it out of the pile. And the fact that it's not rotten fabric means something special about it.
So I'm going to reach over
It's not organic.
my staff and stick it on the staff.
You're appropriating it. You sense that it has an unusual aura about it. Now you want to go outside and do detect magic.
Well, I'd have to just identify that. Figure out what it is.
Or go out and take a short rest and play with it.
Right. Another hour. You guys mind if I play with this? Can you give me
Give me some space to go play with myself.
I'm gonna turn the other way.
You're turning red.
The bugbear is turning red.
Aconite is like completely unaware of the double unconscious. It's like, oh yeah, what?
I think that might be the only thing that goes right there. Just over there.
Either he's gonna act unaware. I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure if he's aware. Is he aware and just playing coy, like waiting for the trap?
So you're like moving the pile as he's walking out with his new treasure trove.
There's probably more.
How much
I'm
was
going to shove it in my bag.
I'm not sure. The other
How much
store is
is
like
it?
$2.25, I think.
It's about $6 for 3 of them.
So you're walking off with the hat where you're leaving him to rummage through the bodies to make a path.
I'm going to shove it in my sack, bring it out, and keep going.
Okay.
I
Because
always find that ridiculous because you can.
I realize that as much as I'd like to, there's probably more in here.
My family used to have vending machines.
So I keep looking at that.
So you're sitting there over Ranger and you're like poking with your staff, and as soon as you poke, it seems like you poke one of the rib cages and pull it out by the rib cages to your staff and rib. All of a sudden, there seems to be a little cascade of bones just falling and rolling away, almost like something underneath pushed them away, but you don't see anything. And then about a half second later, from the dust that's poofed up from all of this, you see a spectral visage of an elf slowly walk. All glowy bluey like.
So in common, I say, "Greetings, old one."
That's actually good.
Go and roll initiative.
No.
I'm still standing outside.
21.
I'm not aware.
20.
Are you outside or inside?
18.
She's in the tree.
I'm in the tree watching over you guys.
Do you want us to even with being outside?
Yeah.
Okay. 18.
And what did our ranger get?
18.
18?
I rolled well. I'm still going last.
Yeah, you definitely beat me because my deck sucks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you acknowledge it. It kind of gives you this queer look, like it's not understanding what you're doing here. And you're noticing further back, spectral forms are pulling themselves out of the bone piles too. These all seem to be very, very highborn elves, just from the look of the armor and the jewelry that you're seeing on
And
the
the
specters of their what they believe they look like. Long ears, and the eyes look funny to you. They don't look like normal elf eyes. They're glowing with intense energy. Now, of course, this is how they look to themselves. So the question is, do you want to do like an Arcana check or a History check?
Yeah.
Or do you want to take action against them now?
So,
Yeah, I'm gonna say something like, "Hey, Lishka, Agdon."
Hey, you guys!
Ooh, crit. So that's a skill.
So what skill you use?
24
Arcana?
Arcana.
Okay, so immediately looking at them, you're realizing they're specters, of course. You know, unfinished business type of thing. But what you're really picking up when you're looking at them, Arcana-wise especially, because there's that little bit of goblin wizard that you are that you know from history is probably stolen from another culture. Actually, they could wizard. Before you guys made your version of them. You swear that these don't look like high elves. They look like Aladdin.
Okay.
The Fae, top of the high elves. Or as in their annoying tongue, call themselves the pure ones. Because to me, I think Aladdin was a Nazi elf bastard. They look down on their other cousins. Cousins.
So at that point, then I would have said, ending them and say, "Greetings, pure ones. Excuse me."
Okay. And it's still looking at you like it's trying to answer a question it doesn't quite know the answer to as it's looking at you. And it's like it's not comprehending what it's seeing and hearing at the same time.
maybe it doesn't understand color.
It's far gone. They would be able to speak to that more than I would probably have religion background, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not studying necromancy.
Well, you know enough that, you know, ghosts, you know, you roll really freaking amazing. You know things that, like, usually they're resistant to things like acid, cold, fire, lightning, thunder, bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical weapons, you know. Probably
Everything.
poison and necromancy.
Virtually.
Probably immune to be grappled, exhausted, charmed.
So really, divine things are really going to be the key here.
But you did roll an extra 20, right?
It was a skill check, yeah.
Oh, I believe it. I'll give you that you know the thing right below my thumb tip.
The INC or the SU?
The SUS.
Okay.
So you know that.
I'm going to stick the.
As you're all of a sudden you step back and realize there's light in a little semicircle around here. Pretty much right where you're standing. All of a sudden you look down and realize about 5 feet in front of you the sunlight ends. And right over the goblin, his little short head is just within the sunlight. Funny thing is I can do it throughout that category.
Jump forward.
Towards it, or further into the tunnel?
Both.
Hey, violence is my answer to almost
I
any
want to touch
challenge.
something.
Okay, so
He says
Ranger,
no,
they're
don't.
inside there.
On
And,
second thought, don't do that.
I'm not a ranger.
I'm sorry.
So I'm not
You have
gonna
a
do
bow. You're Ranger Light. Ranger Jason. Literally, the player's name, Ranger Jason.
Yes,
It's true.
that's how it works.
So you're telling him to jump forward, and you're like, no.
No, on second thought, and I just start.
Yeah,
rattling off quickly.
Getting thick and stabby.
I start rattling off quickly that their resistance is to him.
Okay.
And
So
I
you
say the
basically
reason
telling
they're not
me-
moving forward is because you're in the sunlight, as am I.
Oh.
You need to leave before the sun goes down.
Yeah.
I've got
Or close the gate. Close the gate.
I've got 10 regular arrows and 18 magic arrows left.
Let's see. You did read it, right? Well,
Yeah, they can. They just would rather not, most likely.
I'll just make sure you have the right skin.
No, I just say they can, but they'd rather
Okay.
not.
Yeah, and I come to the sunlight.
So, Rogue, you're up in your tree.
So they're like me.
They're in the cave talking. Would
So,
you do?
would you allow me to stick my staff underneath his backpack and move him over next to me, or beside me, as opposed to him being out in front of me?
I'll give it to you.
He's like, "Whoa!"
Okay, so Rogue, what you do?
I'm hot. There's nothing happening yet.
Go ahead and give me a high roll.
Oh, yeah. I suppose I can do that.
That way you're blending in with the tree. And at that exact moment is when the tree branch comes down to grab you.
24.
Whoa. Your group lost
I
track
am-
of you.
I am so hidden,
They knew you were in the tree somewhere. You're just like a hidden leaf.
but now you
amongst
think
the
I'm
trees.
somewhere else. I've gone to a different tree.
Okay, so I'm assuming our ranger is better dex than our cleric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what would you like to do?
Do I want to go shooty or stabby with this thing?
I mean,
Yeah, I'm looking at that flaw.
they do look like glowy, and it's not a flaw. It's inspiration.
Yeah, I know. That's kind of why. It's. But I'm also looking at the fact that my quiver of regular arrows is down to half. And like I can stab him with force damage with my planar warrior feature. It's still light in this little square.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be curious.
Boldly walk up to
I'm
it.
gonna walk up there,
Wow.
draw upon my planar warrior energy,
Okay.
and stab him with my short sword.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll there.
That would be a 12.
A 12. So you summon up your planar energy. and It's
Yeah.
kind of looking at you like, oh, it's recognition when you get close to it, and it's like, Goblin.
Yes! Goblin!
And it almost has the scanner's look.
You mean body snatchers?
Yeah.
He said scanners.
Oh, well,
Scanners is the
the head one? Isn't
Yeah.
that the one where the guy goes at the
Oh.
very end?
No. Well, no. That's. I'm thinking. At least to me, the is body snatchers. The one in the 70s.
Either way.
Yeah.
Spooky scary.
Yeah.
Goes like that. You roll the 12.
12.
And you hit it.
Ooh. And this is force damage.
Force damage.
And that is a whopping 6.
But 6 is good.
Yes, 6 is greater than 0.
Six is great.
So force is
And you notice when you hit it, it recoils from your attack like, ah!
Yeah.
And it sadly it pulls its hand away, and all of a sudden you're seeing like a dent in the armor you recognize, and it seems to be like that wound conceptualized. That's the wound that killed it, and it seems it's got a hole in it. Okay, cleric. I know you had that prayer at the tip of your tongue.
I do. And I'm going to speak it and turn undead.
So what does your turn undead to?
Yeah.
Well, just
Makes him into an undead turnover.
No. Each undead you can see or hear within 30 feet of you must make a wisdom saving throw. If the creature fails its throw. It is turned for 1 minute and cannot, or until it takes any damage.
Now the question is, are you wanting to move close?
Yeah, that probably would be
Or you
best.
just want to scare that first one and the other two will laugh at you from more than 30 feet away? Ooh, she's going to.
Bodies.
She's going
Yeah,
to.
on the dice. Oh, it's,
I'm on the other side.
yeah, the dice is the body.
Clear, clear path.
So this is where the sunlight no longer.
Yep, and basically you're stepping in the first bit of shadow.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. And then 1, 2, 3.
Push them into the light.
So turn.
He's like, run past all of them.
Turn undead.
Okay, so what's the save?
It is wisdom.
Wisdom? What's the DC?
12.
Okay, is this one? You would be close enough that I have to actually look. Ooh, the +0. This one! Son of a bitch, that can go. Nope. And then this one. Aha! We have one winner. As these two seem to be ready to run away very quickly, as you say the words of your god, and they recognize those words. And you see the fear of the goblin hordes that murdered them by endless scores inside this temple.
And I tell everybody, do not hit the ones that run.
And Aconite friends. Because I
Here's the one that just give you shit.
Because I was waiting for that opportunity attack.
Sorry.
Run, shank!
I was.
At least for right now.
Okay?
I'll be a good goblin
Good God.
this time.
So, Paladin, you sense the undead. She's come up and said the words of her dark god and make only the undead run like little girls.
Especially
I will
Elven.
move up
How far you move up?
as far as I can.
Leading those caves.
So, right there.
That's as far as I can go. That's as far as I can go.
Okay, so you're basically, they're all haroof. Still got an action. Remember, it is all difficult training here with all the bones and the bodies. And it's like smirk that comes to your lip when you recognize old dead elves by the droves. All the goblins who died here died in their god's name.
Now, am I able to tell which one saved and which one didn't?
Yeah, you obviously see these two are acting in terror right now.
I will move. Use my action to move up further towards the one that did not save.
Okay, so you got speed of 30?
Yep.
Okay, so right there. As you're crunching over bones and armor that's just turning to dust instantly.
I wasn't hiding.
You would be able to move one more,
Don't
I think.
crush the treasure.
Didn't I get 2 squares up? Yeah.
We had these two squares. Remember, that was the furthest one, which right there.
Don't worry.
So you're just out of reach, but it's okay. You feel like he'll come after you shortly. Especially now that he sees a hobgoblin and a hobgoblin who just said the words of their dark god. And here you are brandishing your armor of
There's a
evil.
pseudo dragon coming up.
No.
And then a ranged attack to wipe you all out. It's all actually a dragon trap.
Not happening.
Okay?
You're not in charge of the minions.
So all of a sudden, it's
No.
their turn.
Me riding dragon is your devil. Fine, right, just think now.
Just a heads up, you guys, it's 10 minutes till closing.
Alright. So this one
He's in the tree.
flies, literally flies down the hallway, and then is proceeding to do it again.
Hasta pasta.
And this one goes straight up. And you can see it. Or it sucks.
R2 with me.
Yep.
I love it.
It's from the Tarkin initiative. X something something, and he's got a rocket launcher and an Aegis launcher. Okay, and then this one. He comes up close to the paladin, and he's going to do his life training attack. 'Cause that's what's my name. And he will not have advantage, unfortunately, because he'll get it. So he's hitting you with his. It's going to go for his life rating. So, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Safe face.
It's a perfect time to say face.
Yeah,
You know? And the elf comes up and goes, "Ow."
What?
Okay, he made a Constitution save. Because he does not drink.
Close. Did you see that?
I really should roll oh, yeah. Roll a 23 hit you? Okay.
A little bit of a bonus to it.
Yeah. So 14 points of damage. But be glad you made that Constitution saving throw, or you have your hit point maximum reduced by your amount. Otherwise, you don't heal back from that until you have to recover your life force. As it just looks at you like,
Stuck you with that life draining straw.
And of course, you hear it saying, Elvin, by the way.
Okay. That hurt.
And
It's going to move out of range. Because then he gets an attack clock.
yeah, it's gonna move back.
Is that stack of opportunity?
Yep. It has faith through goodness. See, my faith is rewarded. Okay, and it just wafts back, and it's glowing brighter now. It's feeling emboldened, filled with some life force of a hobgoblin or less. This is like cherry pie. Okay, so top of the order is going to be our.
Skip some.
Oh yeah. No, you came up and.
Oh yeah, I came up.
You did the movement then. The double movement. I was going to say, now it's the wizard's turn. What can they do? They've got maximum distance between us. And these things seem to be flying through the air pretty fast. Like that one that took off went 100 feet in one turn. Which tells you they move pretty fast. Now remember, cleric, you have multiple divine channelings.
You're not counting for range based on the distance.
Oh, it's damn terrain.
I can move up to here. 15 feet.
Mm-hmm.
But then he's 20 feet from
We
me.
could go, because remember, these were clear. So 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. Remember, these were your last year cleared out squares. Jason, your partner.
Yeah.
Save me if I'm stupid.
As I bring my hand up and crackling energy erupts as a lightning bolt, and it flies forth and attempts to lasso him. He needs to make a strength DC of 12.
Will a -3 make it mistake?
No, it
There's
won't.
no one.
So he's going to take damage and he's going to be told up to 10 feet, so
Okay, I'm going to take a quick photograph because our rogue has informed us it is time. So, it's time.
1d8 so 8 points of damage.
8 points of lightning damage. Yes, half damage. Pretty
But
much the resistance to everything, except magic weapons.
wait. Even the Shadow Blade?
Well, what is the Shadow Blade counts as a magic weapon? What does the descriptor say?
I'll have to look at
I somehow think the radiant damage isn't included in there either.
No, that's not.
Such as comes with divine spine.
I know with like on my druid shillelagh, like shillelagh, for instance, this is also a magic weapon. This is a magic weapon sort of thing.
Yep.
So that's,
Right.
That's been a fun one.
That's the one for the druids and
Yeah.
shillelagh. It makes them seriously powerful because they immediately had, for those shitty mobs, immediately, first level, I've got a magic weapon.
Yeah.
Right.
And that can make a huge difference. I mean, think about it. You're a druid going after werewolves. I have a magic weapon.
Oh yeah.
Because it goes back to those early 3.0 days where the descriptor of resistance to everything but magic weapons count called law.
Yeah.
And that's a good place to wrap it up there.
What about body pillows?
Oh my god.
It's a fleshlight.
I don't consent. I don't consent.
No, well, no, well, there's that.